ever wonder what the world's gonna look like, not, way off in the future, but just a few years from now? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna do in this explainer. We're gonna jump ahead to one single, really chaotic day, Saturday, March 28th, 2026, to get a sense of where our world might be heading. And look, this isn't some sci-fi dystopia we're talking about. We're just looking at a single 24-hour snapshot. But what a snapshot it is. The headlines from this one day, they tell this incredible story of a world that's just under a ton of pressure from all sides at once. So what's so interesting about this one day is just the wild mix of stories. I mean, think about it. In just the next few minutes, we're going to see how a single day held an escalating global war at the same time as massive domestic protests. A brand new and honestly pretty scary climate record was broken, and somehow the cricket season was kicking off. It's a really jarring mix, right? So let's dive in and break it all down. Okay, first up, let's talk about the crisis that's really dominating the news this day. It's a war, about a month old, that is pulling the US, Israel, and Iran into this direct and, rapidly widening conflict. And the thing is, this conflict isn't staying put. It's not contained at all. On this specific Saturday, you can literally trace how the violence is just rippling out across the whole region. And what's really striking here is just how fast everything is escalating. I mean, look at this timeline. In Yemen, you've got the Houthi rebels confirming their first ever direct attacks on Israel. Then, in Lebanon, a targeted Israeli airstrike hits a vehicle that's clearly marked as press. And over in Saudi Arabia, an Iranian missile strike wounds US troops. So this is not a slow burn. The fire is spreading, and it is spreading fast. And that airstrike in Lebanon, I mean, this really shows you the devastating human cost. This wasn't just some strategic move on a map. 3 journalists were killed. 3 people in a car that was clearly marked as press, just gone. And of course, this act sparked immediate condemnation, protests. It's just a stark reminder of the very real price of these big geopolitical moves. Now, of course, a crisis like this doesn't just happen in a vacuum. It's creating this huge blowback right at home in the US, both on the streets and, as we'll see, from the very top. And when I say huge, I mean it. We're talking millions of people out on the streets for these No Kings anti-war rallies. And this isn't just in a few big cities. No, this is happening in all 50 states. The reporting even mentions a huge event headlined by Bruce Springsteen. So this is a massive nationwide display of public opposition to the war. But while you have millions of people protesting for peace, the rhetoric coming from the administration is going in the complete opposite direction. At an investment forum down in Miami, President Trump is celebrating US military action and then just kind of casually drops this line. Cuba is next. It's this incredibly defiant statement that seems to promise even more conflict to come. Okay, so let's pull back for a second. Because while this war is obviously dominating all the headlines, there are these other massive global pressures that are all hitting a boiling point at the exact same time. And this, right here, really gets to the heart of the challenge, You've got what you could call the loud crisis. That's the Iran war. It's immediate, it's violent, it's all over every screen. But then, on the same day, you have the silent crisis. Scientists are reporting that Arctic sea ice has tied its lowest winter level ever. It's this slow burn, existential threat that is just as serious, but, well, it really struggles to get the same amount of attention. And the pressures just keep piling on. A new COVID variant, they're calling it cicada, is starting to emerge. Over in the tech world, Indonesia becomes the first big Asian country to completely ban social media for kids under 16. And that war we were just talking about, well, a direct consequence is now a global fertilizer shortage, which is threatening the entire upcoming planting season. So these aren't just little side stories. These are all critical things happening all at once. But here is what might be the most surreal part of this whole day. Because in the face of all this stress and strain, the basic rhythms of life, of culture, of progress, they just keep on going. I mean, just look at this. While a war is escalating, over in India, Prime Minister Modi is inaugurating a brand new, massive international airport. In Prague, the amazing Japanese figure skater Kaori Sakamoto is winning her 4th world title, an incredible career moment for her. And back in India again, the Indian Premier League, which is this huge cricket tournament, is kicking off its season. It's this truly bizarre but also deeply human mix of total chaos and total normalcy. All right, so let's step back and pull all these different threads together. What does the final picture of this one day in 2026 actually look like? Well, you've got war, you've got protest, you've got climate records being broken, a new pandemic looming, and a cricket match. All of that, every single one of those things, just crammed into one single 24-hour span. It's a lot.
And that really brings us to the final and I think most important question that a day like this forces us to ask. When you have so many crises, political, military, environmental, social, all overlapping, all happening at the same time, is this just a really, really bad day? Or is this a glimpse of the new normal?